Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. I am Dr. Shampuna Sen, Assistant Professor in the Department of Pathology, Adin Sokina Women's Medical College, Joshua. Welcome to you all in today's class. Today I am going to discuss the topic cutaneous wound healing, that is healing by first intention or primary union and healing by second intention or secondary union. So, first we have to know the criteria for healing by first intention or primary union. Primary healing usually occurs in clean incised wound. The margin of the wound are apposed together and there is little or no loss of tissue, there is minimum bleeding and minimum exudation and usually there is no infection. So, the example of healing by first intention is any kind of surgical incision that is approximated by surgical sutures. And the criteria for healing by secondary union or second intention are: secondary healing usually occurs in any kind of open wound, that is in any kind of abscess, ulcer or infarction. There is more or extensive loss of tissue, there is marked bleeding, marked exudation and infection is usually present in this kind of wound healing, and there is marked formation of granulation tissue that fills the defect. So, now if we compare the differences between healing by primary union and healing by secondary union, the major differences are, that is primary healing occurs in clean incised wound and secondary healing occurs in open wound like abscess, ulcer and infarction. And in case of primary healing, there the margin of the wound apposed together and there is always a gap between the margin in case of secondary wound healing. In primary healing, there is little or no loss of tissue, there is minimum bleeding and minimum exudation and usually no infection. And in case of secondary healing, there is extensive loss of tissue, there is marked bleeding, more exudation and there is usually presence of infection. In case of primary healing, there is no wound contraction and in case of secondary healing, wound contraction is present. In primary healing, the granulation tissue is microscopic and granulation tissue is grossly evident in case of secondary healing. In primary healing, the primary healing heals quickly and there is a small scar formation, and in case of secondary healing, it takes time to heal and there is a large scar formation. So, these are the basic differences between healing by primary intention and secondary intention. Now, we have to understand the sequence of events that occur in healing by primary union and healing by secondary union. So, now the events, we can divide the events according to the time, that is immediately after a wound, within 24 hours, by day 3, by day 5 and by the second week and at the end of first month. So, these are the events that we can divide according to the time. So, immediately after a wound, there is initial hemorrhage hematoma formation and the incisional space is filled with blood clot containing the fibrin and blood cells, and there is usually scab formation by the dehydration of the surface clot that covers the wound. Within 24 hours, there is acute inflammation at the margin and neutrophil infiltrate the incisional space and there is regeneration. Regeneration, that is the basal cells of the epidermis at the cut edge acquire the mitotic activity and they proliferate and migrate to the site of the wound. And by day 3, neutrophils are largely replaced by macrophages and there is formation of granulation tissue, and this granulation tissue progressively invade the incisional space and epithelial proliferation continues at this stage leading to the thickness of the epidermis. And by day 5, the granulation tissue fills the gap and new vascularization is maximum at this stage, and these new vessels are leaky and plasma protein and fluid comes out of these vessels. Now, there is fibroblast proliferation and migration. Proliferation and migration of fibroblast is usually driven by certain factors such as tumor necrosis factor alpha, then platelet derived growth factor, then transforming growth factor beta and fibroblast growth factor. And these factors are usually released by macrophages, other inflammatory cells and platelet, and the activated fibroblasts produce extracellular matrix and collagen fibrils are more abundant and start to bridge the incision, and epithelial proliferation continues. And at the end of second week, the proliferation of fibroblast and deposition of collagen continues, and edema, leukocyte infiltration are disappearing at this stage, and inflammation and new blood vessels are disappearing. Scar formation, and this scar consists of cellular connective tissue and there is usually no inflammatory infiltrate left, and the dermal appendages that are already destroyed are permanently lost. These are the sequence of events that occur in healing by first intention or primary union. Similar events occur in healing by second intention or secondary union, but there is a special event that occur only healing by second intention, that is wound contraction. So, the sequence of events in case of healing by secondary union are initially after a wound, initially there is hemorrhage hematoma formation, then there is acute inflammation and neutrophil infiltrates the incisional space, epithelial proliferation continues and their migration occurs, and then macrophage replace the neutrophils and there is more abundant granulation tissue formation at the cut edge to fill the defect. The next step is wound contraction usually occurs in large surface wound after a lag period of 2 to 3 days, and there is reduction of size of the wound than its original size, 80% reduction, and the cell that contribute to this wound contraction is myofibroblast. Myofibroblast that is formed from fibroblast by acquiring all the characteristics of smooth muscle. So, this myofibroblast cell is responsible for wound contraction, and the last event that occur in healing by secondary intention is scar formation, and scar in case of secondary healing is a large scar. Initially it is pink in color and that it becomes white due to devascularization. So, these are the sequence of events that occurs in healing by secondary union. So, I hope you all understood the events that occurs in healing by primary union and healing by secondary union. Thank you all.